products, back with another update. This video is kind of gonna be a little bit everywhere. So as of today, technically, November 19th, it's been 3 weeks since I smoked weed. I'm not smoking weed or anything of that nature because I'm preparing for top surgery. I got the phone call a couple of days, I think like a week before Halloween. I got a phone call that my insurance through my job will be covering my top surgery, double mastectomy, having the breast tissue removed. And I was like, hell yeah. I'm super excited, thankful, privileged, blessed, lucky to be able to have a job that offers health insurance that's covering top surgery. However, in that situation of getting ready for top surgery is realizing that, hey, any smoking, whether it's weed, whether it's tobacco, any inhaling of smoke in the lungs, in the chest, you have to stop because there's so many complications with the surgery, and why add additional complications because you're smoking. So I haven't smoked in 3 weeks. And those of you know, I really love marijuana. Marijuana has helped me so many ways, from dealing with anxiety, depression, eating, helping me have an appetite, helping me digest food because I have a lot of gastrointestinal health issues. So it has really dampened my appetite. I mean, my appetite was already trash, but like without weed, I was able to smoke, hit a couple of puffs on the vape every night or so. I haven't done that in 3 weeks, but surprisingly, I am able to do edibles, and edibles have been amazing. However, with edibles, it's more of a weekend thing, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe on a Thursday or a Wednesday I might get lucky, but it's a weekend thing because like edibles are so potent in comparison to just smoking flower. When you're eating marijuana, cannabis, edibles, that shit hits you way harder. So you really can't, I don't recommend doing it. If you have anything to do that's productive, I don't recommend doing edibles. So that's why I said that's more of a weekend thing. And mind you, I got the phone call a week before Halloween, and I had to stop smoking for a consultation, which I'm like, what in the hell? Why do we have to stop smoking when this is not even the surgery date? Because for all you know, the consultation won't be until the end of December, early January. And then the surgery might not be until February, March, or April. So you could not be smoking weed or smoking period for 5, 6, 7 months. You don't know. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I think that's a bit much. And I think they should still be able to work with people. I'm just saying. Because at this point, any surgery, there's a risk. So I think that's a bit much to tell people they can't smoke. And then my thing is, if you want people to stop smoking, it should be close to the surgery date, not for me to have a consultation for you to tell me I have to wait another 2-3 months. You know what I'm just saying? Like, there should be a set in stone surgery date, and then they're like, okay, for the next 8 weeks, because like the way they book surgeries, they book them so far in advance. So like I said, you could have the consultation at the end of December, early January, and not have an actual surgery date until fucking April. So that's why I'm like, you could literally be cold turkey from smoking for like 6+ months easily. And I think that's a bit much. But that's just me. I'm still thankful, privileged, blessed. I get it. But I just, as far as my name has been completely changed, new social security card, new ID, license ID, gosh, my medical marijuana card, got that updated, so many things, my Blue Cross Blue Shield healthcare cards, my checkbook, my credit card, debit card, my banking, all of that, I had to get updated. So I can say, I've been putting in the work. Now, today at work, yesterday at work, one of my colleagues who also has another friend who identifies as trans, informed her that now, as of yesterday, November 18th, 2019, I don't know if this is true or not, but we will see. As of November 18th, in the state of Michigan, you can go to the Secretary of State and pay $9 and have your gender marker updated or changed. I don't know how true this is. I will see and investigate and research, and I will let you know, because if it is that simple, I already paid $9, a month ago to get my ID updated, but I'll go back and pay another $9 to get my gender marker updated too, because previously, at least from my understanding, previously, you either needed to have a gender confirming surgery, such as top surgery, bottom surgery, etc., or you had to get your passport updated, and that's where you could get the gender marker changed, which is way more than $9. Your passport is like $160. So, so I would, hopefully, if this is indeed fact, I'm gonna look into it and, hey, just get my gender marker changed real quick. And I will totally do that. As far as physical changes, I definitely, facial hair is coming in very strong. As you can, I know you can't really see that well. I don't know if you can see that well, but facial hair is coming in. The stubble on the mustache is there. I have hair on my chin, hair on my neck. As far as body hair goes, there's a lot of body hair, leg hair, thigh hair, arm hair. I don't know if you can see that sticking up, but like the arm hair is more prevalent. It's more visible. Fat redistribution is a real thing. However, I want to preference by saying, yes, fat redistribution does happen on hormone replacement therapy and taking testosterone. However, a lot of this is genetics and what you're doing, right? So it's genetics and it's also you. So everyone's like, oh my God, you lost so much weight. Keep in mind, I was sick as hell the beginning of this year. In and out of the hospital sick. Okay? Like, had a thyroid storm, could have died sick. So keep that in mind. Also, keep in mind, because of my gastrointestinal issues, it's a lot of food that I simply cannot eat unless I want to be at the ER. Okay, so that's another reason why. It's not so much that I'm just losing weight because, ooh, let's lose weight, but it's like I really can't eat the majority of the food that I used to enjoy. So that also made it really easy to just drop weight. And then I go to the gym. If you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, you know I'm at the gym at least 3 times a week. And I do heavy, intense cardio, uphill. I lift weights. I power lift, weight lift, bodybuild in a kind of way. I'm currently 171 pounds. I lost over 30 pounds this year and I've kept it off. When you have fat redistribution, keep in mind, HRT, hormone replacement therapy, and you're on testosterone. Cis men hold a lot of their weight in their stomach. And this is where people that are transitioning, say if you had a flat stomach or a semi-flat stomach, and then you start HRT, you're going to lose a lot of fat around your butt, your thighs, your ass, your hips, your waist. But your stomach, that's where the vast majority of the fat redistribution will be. And that's where a lot of people are like, wait a minute, I don't understand how I'm losing weight, but my stomach is sticking out. And that's because cis men hold most of their weight in their stomach, which is why you see a lot of men, cis men, who basically have beer bellies. They just look like pot bellies because all their weight goes to their stomach. It's not going to their thighs and ass like on a cis female, a cis woman. Cis women, weight goes everywhere. It goes to your thighs, your butt, your face, your back, your hips, your waist, your thighs. It goes everywhere. Where for cis men, it typically goes to the midsection of your stomach. So do keep that in mind, because I've noticed there's way more fat in the stomach where everywhere else is just slimming down or muscling up. So I do feel like as time goes on, I'm going to focus more on core workouts and working out the abs and all of that, because I don't want the pot belly look. Just being honest, that's just me. But anyways, so there's that. Now, as far as social transitioning goes, I have yet to go to the to the mall to do any clothes shopping, which I have to do soon because like the vast majority of my clothes are too big. The jeans are too big, the shirts are too big, the hoodies are too big, underwear is too big, etc. So I do know, but for the past year, I have made a conscious effort to buy briefs, boy shorts, boxers, you feel me, trunks, what have you. Um, I take more like half naked pictures than I've ever done in my entire life, because before coming out the closet and losing all that weight and getting in shape or working to get in shape and going to the gym and living my truths, I just, my self-esteem was like, and keep in mind, it's still pretty much. However, I have a little more confidence now. So like you'll see me take pictures and be like, yeah, look at me. Where 6 months ago, I would have never. A year ago, please. Now, every week, multiple times a week. And it's great. Because I'm not doing it necessarily for attention or kudos, but more so for myself. Because like I'm able to track my progression in my transition. I'm also now on multiple dating apps, which pretty much is a fail, because I don't care what no one says when it comes to dating. To me it just seems to be a waste of time, and you're just running into more toxic people. I'm just being honest, I just think it's pretty much a waste of time, for various reasons, and I probably will do a video where I talk about being trans, intersex, and the dating scene, because to me it's just abysmal. It's really abysmal. But I am on dating apps. I believe I'm on 3. So just testing the water, seeing whatever is out there, but to be honest, it just seems to be a waste of time. So my job, I'm open and out at my job. My job knows I'm intersex, trans, masculine, transgender. They're very supportive. Like all of my team members, my colleagues, very supportive. A lot of people they call me Gio. My name has been legally changed to Giovanni Britton Ireland. Basically a masculinized version of my previous name. But they call me Gio. They also are using the correct pronouns. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of moments where they misgender me or, dead name me. But then there's also plenty of moments where they correct themselves and they get it correct with the name and the pronouns. What I can say is it's very shocking how people who barely know you can get the correct pronouns and use your correct name. Meanwhile, your so-called family and friends are the main ones who dead name you and misgender you, at least in my experience. And to me, a part of me is like, well, you have to give people time. However, I've been out for a year. How much time do you actually need? And after a while, yeah, you can give people time, but you also need to protect yourself. A lot of the dead naming and the misgendering is extremely triggering, and after a while, I have just pretty much decided you can't name me correctly, you can't get my pronouns, my gender correct, well, guess what? You don't get to be in my life. And that's why, it's about self care. I mean, even with my own family, I don't even like, and I'm just being honest, since coming out the closet, I don't even care to be around my family. And that's just being honest. I don't care to be around most of my previous friends either. Because it's like at this point, I don't want to spend the entire time correcting you on my gender, correcting you on my name, or another thing that's also extremely annoying is people, when they know you're trans or intersex, they want to ask all of these questions nonstop about your gender or your genitalia or this, that, and the other. And it's like, I'm not asking you about what's it's like to be cisgendered or why are you heterosexual, yet you're spending your entire time asking me about being trans. So that's why I said after a while, I just have completely pulled back from like 95% of the people that I used to associate with. And it has been lonely. And like I've always, dealt with severe depression and anxiety and other issues. But at the same time, though it's lonely, it's also sobering and peaceful because now I'm not wasting all of this energy dealing with people who are pretty much trash. So it's just really easy now because it's like, hey, you're not dealing with bigots because you're not hanging out with them. You're not dealing with them. Now you have the holiday season coming, and let's be honest. Holiday season for people in the LGBTQ plus community is rather shitty because it's like, oh, well, aren't you going to see your family? And it's like, no, I'm not interested in hanging around homophobic, transphobic people, family, friends, or not. And I really appreciate how in this day and age, so many of us are saying, no, your mental health should be priority. And if the people in your life who claim to love you can't respect you, then that's not love. That's abuse, that's toxic, and you don't need to be dealing with them. And this is also another reason why a lot of people in the LGBTQ plus community, we pretty much have to pick our own family because you have to pick people that are going to respect you. And you really start realizing blood has nothing to do with family. A lot of the people that you're related to also treat you like shit. So you have to ask yourself, is that really family if they're going to be treating you like shit? Probably not. So it's probably in your best interest to just not deal with them altogether. And I know a lot of people are like, but that's mom, that's dad. Yeah, life is too short to be around miserable ass people. And that's something that I learned a lot this year. But yeah, I will be having my consultation at the end of December, early January, and then from there we'll be looking at picking a surgery date. Now, they did tell me off rip that I will need to take basically 6 weeks to recover. And I'm like, well, I don't have 6 weeks of PTO. What am I gonna do? But then there's this thing called the Family Medical Leave Act. So technically, you can have short-term disability is basically what it is. And because most jobs already don't pay us a living wage and don't really offer many benefits and to begin with, you could just take that 6 weeks because you're not going to be paid anyways. So it doesn't matter. And then, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for my job, but people deserve to make a living, not live paycheck to paycheck. And I'm just saying, especially when you have to commute 40 minutes there and 40 minutes back, you need to be compensated for your time, your energy, the experience, the education and knowledge that you bring, and also just the simple fact that the cost of living is extremely high. You need to pay people for that. But anyways, so I'm going to take 6 weeks off next year when I have my surgery, and I'm going to take all 6 weeks. I really am, because man, I've been working, and you never have time to yourself. I mean, even when you have a day off, and technically I have the weekends off, but I do YouTube and other videos and other things. So it's like, is it really a day off? No, you're still working in some form or fashion. So I'm going to take that full 6 weeks. And what I plan on doing is working a shit ton of overtime, and saving up money and just chilling for 6 weeks. I might even like somehow, especially with my YouTube and everything else that I'm doing, if I'm privileged, blessed, lucky enough to do this and it works in my favor, save up a nice amount of money and spend a week in the Dominican Republic or Florida or something, and just to get away and not be bothered and be in warm weather. Yeah, totally gonna do that. But hopefully, like I said, with my surgery, it'll be in winter or early spring. That way, by the time summer comes, I can actually enjoy the summer and not have to worry about titties that I don't want. I never wanted to begin with. And then being shirtless and being able to wear regular shirts without having that bulge because of the titties that I don't want. Anyways, so that's that. I just want to give you guys an update. This is a super long update video, but I will be back with more. And again, if you want to see more of me, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, GeoFox, because that's where I'm at every day. Where on my YouTube, where I'm discussing my transition, once a month at best, you get a video from me. Because the way I do it, I was going to do it every week on Sundays, but it's like I'm one of those people where it's like, well, if there's nothing to talk about, then why would I need to make a video? Where I make videos all the time on Psych Perspectives, Ask a Millennial channel. I don't do that on this channel. So that's why Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. But thank you again to everyone that supports me, that follows my journey. I appreciate it, and I'm out.